Hello, my name is Arshwin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are back on homestead from my trip to the Ark Encounter in Kentucky and Ohio. And today we are going to be doing a garden update on our garden and the greenhouse and what we are doing. So let's head over there. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, the garden has changed quite significantly. When you saw on the tour of the homestead, if you have not watched the video yet, you should watch the video. We have, actually, last time you saw this, it was a bunch of manure on here. Now what we have done, we have actually covered that manure and that ground with a type of like plastic tarping. So with this what we're gonna do is with the plastic tarping, for one, it helps keep the weeds out from growing up. Also, we are trying to burn these small individual holes into this plastic tarping. Now, how we're doing this, we are taking like a flame torch, a thing, and we just do a simple or you know, whatever sound a fire makes, and burn holes in there. Now, as you can see, we're trying to figure out a better way to do it because we were doing it earlier today, and it does pose a little bit of a problem. Like if the flame comes out too much, it burns like a big hole in there like that. We want something like this, not like that, or even like that. That's much too big. And what we're using to burn these small holes is we're taking that. But the thing is, we're taking this as like stencils. But as you can see, if you burn it, you know, it melts back a lot. So we're trying to keep the flame low. We're trying to figure out how exactly we are going to be doing this. So not just the garden has changed, the greenhouse next to the garden has also changed. So let me bring you guys in here. Okay, so as you can see, we are now inside the greenhouse. Now, inside this greenhouse, as you could see in the other tour of the homestead video, you cannot get in here. You cannot even see hardly any of that because it was all covered by weeds. There's thorns, constant, you know, full brush all the way through. We went in there, got some trimmers, you know, completely just took this out. Obviously, you can see there's still some, you know, there's tons of just stuff all over the ground now because we did all that. Over back outside the greenhouse, you can also see there's a bunch of brush. That's the thorns that we moved out of here. So I'm not quite sure what my dad's planning on to do this yet. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to get this greenhouse back online or do something else with it. Whatever, we will see that in a separate video to come. Now also, another thing has happened. We have a blackberry, some rows of blackberry vines that are on here. They used to be constant, you know, just brush and stuff. You couldn't get past here. So we had to get some trimmers, you know, kind of mow all this, get all this down, knock it all down. And then the ones that are closer to the fence that are kind of hanging over here, took these, grabbed them, kind of weaved them in through here. That way it was a better system in order to do this. So as you can see, we're walking down here, seeing all this whole entire long row of blackberries. And you can also see there are even more over here. So yeah, another whole long row of blackberries. Now over here, we haven't worked on this for a while, but I think we're going to eventually. This is what do you call that thing? Like a, I honestly don't remember what you call it. Just, I completely forgot. I'll put the text down on the screen of what it is, but I forget what you exactly call this individual kind of structure. But anyway, what we did was, right now we're actually storing tomato cages in it. You can see all these tomato cages. What we're doing currently is what we're gonna do is we're going to put achacha vines and achacha cucumber plants. If you don't know what achachas are, my dad actually has done some videos on his channel. You should check his channel out, An American Homestead. But they're like these little cucumbers. They're extremely high in water. They have tons of water in them. So they're kind of like cucumbers, and they're green, but they have like spikes on them, what look like spikes, but they're completely harmless spikes. They're like, you know, rubbery, you know, spikes. They can't hurt you if you eat them. Normally, what you do is you split them open, get the seeds out because the seeds are not pleasant to eat, and then you just eat the shell that's left over. But yeah, yeah. Next up, we have this big, glorious peach tree. It's not a very big peach tree, obviously, but it's a decent peach tree. We have not grown any peaches on it, but I think in a few years soon, coming up, or maybe even this year, I don't know, next year, a few years to come, there will be peaches growing on this thing. We just actually pruned this, as you can see. I don't want glare of the sun, so I'm gonna try not to get the glare of the sun inside here, inside this shot. But yeah, we've been pruning this. We've cut off a few branches. You can see some sap there. Yeah, we've cut off a few branches in here, whatever, stuff like that. And yep, we have a peach tree inside the garden. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice this. I think I remember this, but yeah. So there's paracord coming out of this. I guess we had paracord maybe holding this thing up in its younger days, or like helping it grow a little bit. But yeah, the tree completely ate the paracord. The paracord just being devoured by this tree. Will probably, like, you know, grow up and eat this whole thing. Man, I don't know. This is, yeah, that's strange. I don't know. It is good paracord though. Maybe I'll like cut it off or something. Yeah. Okay, this is what this thing's called. It's called an arbor. Right, I completely forgot. Yeah, so yeah, further on in the video, I'm like, oh wait a minute, I remember what this thing is called. It's called an arbor. I'm still probably gonna put the text up on there though, previously in the video. But yeah, it's nice to remember what this thing's actually called. It's called an arbor. Now I don't have to research it when I'm editing this video. Also, right here next to the arbor here, we have these raspberry bushes and plants. They produce raspberries every year, just like those blackberries do. But me and my friends, you know, if we're maybe out working in the garden one day, we like, ooh, nice fresh raspberries. They're pretty tasty, including those blackberries. Those blackberries usually tend to be a bit harder, but these are nice. These are pretty nice and sweet. As you can also see here, we have this big brush pile. These are the all the stuff that we cut off that peach tree, all the extra stuff that we were pruning, branches, stuff like that we cut off of there. So yeah, you can definitely tell that thing has been a lot bigger and uglier before, but now it's a nice tree now that we pruned it. So anyways, there you go guys, that is a nice update to the garden, and also a small tour of the garden. I didn't really, tour of the homestead, I didn't really show much a tour of the garden, but this is a opportunity for you guys to see what our garden actually looks like. You know what it looked like, but you didn't know the intricate details of what we have growing in it. Eventually, further on in the season, we will have other stuff growing inside this garden, and I will show it when it's growing. But obviously right now we don't have anything growing except the blackberries, raspberries, and peach tree. But I'll leave it at that, guys. Like and subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll be excellent for me. I need more subscribers because I'm somewhat low, so just kind of starting off. So, and I'll see you next time. See ya.